Hey, what's up, people? What's good? It's your man Rondell. I'm here in Florida, Okaloosa Island, Florida. Just drove down here from Columbus, Ohio, documenting my journey, my experiences. This is 30 days before I take my trip to Africa. So I'm down here in Okaloosa Island, 16 years after I started the flood business. This was my start during Hurricane Ivan 16 years ago, 2004. So I was a little bit more called to come down here. I'm actually looking for some business to raise some funds for my journey next year, 2021, back to Africa. I'm headed to Gambia first, then I'll be touring Senegal, then I'll be touring Ghana, and then South Africa, and then up into Tanzania, possibly Kenya, some of Kenya. So I'm really looking forward to returning to Africa, specifically during this time where, in my opinion, this beautiful country has absolutely lost its mind. My son started school today, and my son, the 9-year-old, was excited, up early, ready to go. And I'm very, very proud of him and how he's maturing and how he's growing and how responsible he's becoming. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't even really want to send my sons to these schools, to these institutions that are perpetuating this fear for no reason. Coronavirus is real. It is something that people with pre-existing conditions should take seriously. But it's also been something that has been around for decades. It's going to return every year with or without a vaccine. And they know it. They're just using this crisis to take advantage of this politically. It's very clear for those who do their research beyond the news. And the greatest danger I see is the beliefs in others, and they perpetuating their beliefs onto others. All right, so mass squares, for an example, are either persecuting or targeting or even trying to guilt trip people who don't share that same fear and don't buy into that as a preventative measure for anyone transmitting this disease or this disease. So anyone who cared genuinely, sincerely about their nation, their family, particularly those that they love, of course, they would simply be making sure that they are well knowledgeable of what to do if they do contract the virus and how to handle it on inception. So as soon as you feel like you're just beginning to get sick, some people are sensitive enough, even my son, he can feel a scratchiness in his throat. And he come home and he says, "Dad, can I have some ketchup, or can I have something for this? I feel like I'm about to come down with something." At that point, you nip it in the bud. Period. Nip it in the bud. Use whatever wisdom that your people has passed down to you, whether it's garlic or ginger or turmeric or whatever it is. There's so many different options out here. The fact that people are really, really believing that the only course of action is vaccinating, is a vaccine is kind of alarming to me. All right, but the greatest fear is going to come from those who look like you, who are around you. They're on your Facebook page looking at what you do, and if they see you are not participating, they judge you, and if they may even go to a point to unfriend you and all that kind of stuff, and that is good. Anybody who disconnects themselves with another person because of such a small, minute issue, by. Peace, let them go. But now is the time where we're supposed to be doubling down on our faith, doubling down on our knowledge, doubling down on our information, on our morals. We need to make sure we keep ourselves mentally healthy, not slipping in depression. So we have to do things, go put ourselves in the beautiful places. And there's so much money circulating. It's too much money to be circulating for us to be not figuring out some way how to get to it. So I made this video, like I said, to document my journey. I'm challenging myself to be authentic, all right? And that is something that is very, very challenging in this day and age, because we live with so many filters, man. We live in a time of cancel culture. We live in a time where people are so hypersensitive, where if you don't support their concept or their idea, or if you differ from their concept or their emotions or their feelings, they're quick to cut you off. And that's okay. That's okay, because one door closes, another opens. You allow out the time and the space, your energy that you're spending on people that are not going to produce any type of result. Because if you're living in fear, you're going to be in a state of paralysis, because I'm telling you, this is just the beginning. I was around during the September 11th incident. I was in the military at the time, and we did all kinds of exercises. I remember they talking about they had cornered bin Laden, all kinds of stuff, and every single thing proved to be a lie. It proved by scientists and experts all over this world that this was an inside job, and I don't have no problem with that. They justify invasion in the Middle East. Hey, that's above my pay grade, all right? This is what conquerors do. This is what the reality of nature is. Lions are lions. Eagles are eagles. Snakes are snakes. Humans going to do what humans do. This is about surviving, thriving, being procreative, being able to have faith as an individual sport. So what God and yourself, the co-piloting experience, puts you, he could put you in paradise when everybody's experiencing chaos. He can put you in paradise when everybody else around you is experiencing chaos and drama and stress and all kinds of things. And that is going to become more and more and more real as we go into 2021. Because 2020 set precedents of what they can do and what they can get away with. And it's mainly have to do with this election season. 4 years ago, we had a Zika virus, right? Hasn't been nothing is said about a Zika ever since. Did it disappear completely? Come on, man. There's mosquitoes all over, but we're not worried about that. And again, the coronavirus has been around for decades. Not to say that every year, just like the flu, the strands evolve. Because their job is to survive, to thrive. So what we have to do as individuals to understand that we have the power to create our bodies into an environment that is unfit for its survival, whatever the disease is. But it's only going to come through knowledge. And that is something that has been forbidden. The fruits of knowledge have been forbidden as a cultural concept. Knowledge is beautiful because knowledge is power when it's applied. So if you have the knowledge of turmeric, an anti-inflammatory supplement that you can use, that grows, a root that grows from the earth, and you know that if you're experiencing inflammation in your body, that's knowledge. To know the inflammation and to know the cure, the turmeric. Okay? And if you are able to have that knowledge, you save your buddy tons of money, time, and worry, all right? Just because of that one piece of knowledge. One piece of knowledge. Entrepreneurship. Learning how to go out and make ads, set up an ad, set up a website, get a phone number, and then draw calls to you so that you can go out and service a customer. That's a way of getting money. That is a knowledge. And that knowledge, these knowledges set you free from depending on institutions that are designed to make you reliant, to make you dependent, to exploit you as a resource. And everyone does it. A doctor is a drug dealer. He literally sells and distributes drugs. It's just done legitimately through a pharmacy, an institution. But you haven't heard anybody talking about fill up the lines at the health food stores. Why haven't you heard a Dr. Fauci say, hey, get to that health food store and get you some vitamins and some minerals? You're not going to hear that, because that is the only sign that I need. The only sign that I need to for that individual to communicate to me their sincerity, their intentions. His intentions is to sell a vaccine because they invested in that vaccine. It only makes sense. If I invested billions and billions of dollars in vaccine research, there is no other solution. I lose if any other solution is found. Why would I trust that? Don't trust a capitalist. You can if you want, but it don't make no sense. So this is my new beginning of all beginnings. 16 years later, Hurricane Sandy hit the same Destin, Florida, as Hurricane Ivan. 16 years ago, I started my journey here, learning the water restoration trade. Shout out to Mr. Wayne Pounds. Shout out to my best friend, Chance Pounds. Shout out to that family for introducing me to a profession. And over the last 16 years, I worked hard. I learned hard. I helped others helped my friend build this company. I started out jumping out of a car, hammering signs along the side of a road. And then I never thought that I would be doing this. I never thought how this would be that significant in my life. For a decade, I completely ignored this as a business opportunity and only sought to help others build, and sought to use this as a way of just making ends meet here and there. But now it's turned into something that has completely helped fund and fuel my life. There's a lot more to this. It's a lot more to this. But I will be continuing to share this as I continue the journey. I'm headed back to Pensacola now to do an estimate. And I'm going to continue to document, see where we go with this. But I'm looking around here, getting inspiration for Africa, because this neighborhood and this island, Okaloosa Island, is such a beautifully built island. Beautiful structures, beautiful homes, and it's possible in Africa, man. I love the diversity, man. I love diversity of Florida. You know it. I love black people. I love Spanish people. I love sincere white people. I love seeing people of all different walks of life, man. I really love that. And I hope that I can see some of that in Africa. Because that is one thing about the Americas that I will definitely miss, is the diversity of the cultures. But Until next time, y'all. God bless.